I intend to serve as simply a reflection of that which you already know so that you may gain a greater understanding of yourself. All right, so we're going to do something really exciting. Being divinely guided. Ooh, okay, coach, was just thinking about it. Divinely guided to take care of an issue that I think, from what I've read and what I've experienced, is that idea of coming to YouTube Tarot, right, to find out information about if your person is coming back. Okay, so there are, here's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to, is my person coming back? Here's where it's going to get specific. The resonance of these need to be exact. They need to be your story, exact. And then you can take that as like a confirmation that this message was co-created. You, me, higher selves, making this message so that you can have it reflected back to you. It needs to resonate 100%. Okay, 100%. Don't make it fit if it doesn't fit. I'm gonna probably do like a handful of these, because with, we're reading the cards, I read energy, like it's just, that's what we're doing. Okay, so it'll be exactly how it is. I'm not going to fluff it up. I'm not going to make it fit any, it's just, it is your message or it isn't your message. Don't make it fit if it's not, because that's toxic. And we're not going to do that. We don't do toxic. No. Okay. All right. So I'm done monologuing. Are they coming back? All right. So we're going to get like a pretty intensive backstory. Okay. All right. Goddess, tell me how the viewer is currently feeling. Currently feeling at this time. Like shit. Like you're feeling like Tower to the Ten of Wands. This was horrible. This disrupted your entire life. Everything came crashing down, was set on fire, and you are overwhelmed having to pick up the pieces. This is not how you feel. This is not your message. All right. Okay, fair enough. Now, how did we get there? Let's find out a little bit about the backstory. This might include your entire history. It might be just this relationship. All right, Page of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. The King of Cups. The Page of Swords. All right, so this looks like the beginning of this relationship, right? All right, so you came into the relationship that you're questioning, is my person going to come back? You were looking like you were ready for like a new opportunity. You had your, I don't, maybe you were manifesting. You knew that something was coming in for you, that it was very heart-centered, that it was very like, it was just a matter of time. And you were simply waiting for it to arrive with the Three of Wands to the King of Cups. And then with the Page of Swords, even when it got there, you were like, kind of suspicious about, man, did I just manifest that? Like, wow, that was really what I wanted. That's incredible. Like a little suspicious. Like maybe you just want like a little more information. Can I get a background check? Like one of those. Just like there's a little bit of suspicion there. Okay. How did your person present when you first started this relationship? All right. Four of Wands. Justice. Okay. Your person was likely married before. I mean, I'm not saying they were married then, but they were likely married before. And it seemed to them that this was quite like an unusual, I don't know, would they know that? I guess they would if I'm saying it. Um, that there was something truly unique about the relationship or about the way that they felt about you with the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups. Like they had been married in the past. If this is not yours, it's not yours. They had been married in the past, but there was something that was, it almost feels like a otherworldly like connection between you guys. This was a love unlike, this is a higher level love, is how they kind of presented to you. They presented to you like, yes, I am divorced, but there is something like that we have going on here that I can't even explain. I've never experienced anything like this. Okay. How are they currently feeling now about this connection now that it has uh, um, dissolved, dissipated? How are they feeling now? Page of Wands, King of Swords. What else? The World. So they are, okay, they are extremely, like they are over this. Like they are done with this. They are looking for something very different now than what they experienced with you. I feel like they're almost questioning what they like. I don't think they know who they are with this Page of Wands, right? This Page of Wands and then the King of Swords and then the World. I absolutely love this World card. She just rocks my world. I feel like they are okay. So this energy, the King of Swords to the World, they have fully decided to disconnect emotionally, just cold, done, over it, finished. They're not even, which kind of makes me feel like they're not even processing emotions, right? But with this really juvenile energy, it almost feels like they're so, I was going to say inconsistent. They're so, they're just totally unsure about who they are. They don't know who they are. Your person is completely disconnected from themselves. Okay. What does this mean for the viewer? Wish I had a deck that just said like nothing. What does this mean for the viewer? But it must mean something because it's coming through with the energy. Why does the viewer need to know this? Six of Pentacles. Okay. Every time I need to just say it out loud. Every time you gave this to them. Okay, I do hope that sounded really sweet. That's why I don't just say anything. With the Six of Pentacles here, your relationship gave them this knowledge. You reflected to them that they don't know dick about themselves. They don't know who they are at all. They have no clue who they are. And it might seem cold. Hold on one second. Okay. It might seem a little harsh, right? Because they're like, no, we're not doing this like, I'm not going back there. But your person is not like tapped into emotions at this time. It's almost like they are completely emotionless, right? Um, but the reason that you need to know this is because your relationship, as traumatic as it was for you, is because you gave them this opportunity. Like, to me, I love that energy. That is a huge thing, to be the reflection for another aspect of you, essentially, to grow, an opportunity to grow. And did I start? I can't remember if I started this reading about the percentage. No, I didn't. That was the last one. Remember that your person, right? People can give you 100% of what they've got, and if they only have a 30% capacity, you're only going to get 30%. So, like, you want to know if your person is going to come back. No, this particular, no, this person is not going to come back. Are they going to come back after they find out who they are? I mean, who knows? They're going to be a different person then. But you were the one that was able to reflect the fact that they don't know dick about themselves. That's a beautiful thing. The whole purpose of us being here is to find out who we really are. Your person had no clue who they were when they met you. They just knew that your love, relationship with you was something that they had never experienced before in their life. They were drawn to that. They were magnetized to that because they were part of your plan. You were part of their plan. You guys were destined to have this lesson together. You're like, what was this lesson again for me? Oh, you know what? That's a good question. Let's find out. What was the lesson for the viewer? What was the lesson for the viewer? We're about to have tiny human interruption here. The lesson for the viewer, Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles to the Devil, to the Hangman. So interesting. When the Seven of Pentacles flipped, I thought you reap what you sow, right? Devil came out in the Hangman. I think that your lesson here was, did you change your perspective on core beliefs in order to help your person find out who they were? Like, this very much has the energy of sacrificing your soul's honor in order to help another person grow. So your lesson here was self-sacrificing to the point of being a martyr. The Nine of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Cups, oh, to the Queen of Cups, to the Eight of Swords, and the Four of Cups. And you were something was highlighted for you in the realm of abandonment. This really, I'm not getting the feeling like you are fully like solid with that, but this reflected back to you where you kind of feared relationships in some way, when it came to being abandoned, essentially, and what that meant or how that reflected on like your self-worth with the Queen of Cups. Like, non-attachment, allowing people to journey with you for a certain amount of time, and then respecting the fact that when their journey takes a different direction and you are left, holding the bag, right? And you're like, what just happened? right? That it has nothing to do with you. It doesn't reflect on you at all. Your purpose here was clear. You you volunteered to help this person find themselves. That's a beautiful thing. They left because they have no freaking clue who they are. So, this gives you an opportunity to release the self-imposed prison that you have and the, dissatisfaction with the Four of Cups in reverse here. Like, get yourself out of that space. Like, you weren't abandoned. Like, you weren't like, you might have been physically abandoned, but like, you weren't just because you're not good enough. This person has no clue who they are. What could they possibly have to offer you? You don't even know what they have to offer. They don't know who they are. I get a super weird feeling when I say they don't know who they are. I mean, like, legitimately are struggling with some identity issues, really struggling with identity issues in ways that maybe you are not even aware of, or you are aware of them and you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's some questions there. So the reason that you did this, first of all, you signed up for it. You make sure that you do not dishonor your own soul in helping in a spiritual lesson with another individual. And non-attachment. People come into your lives. What do they say? Like, for a reason or a season or a lifetime or something like that. Non-attachment. Non-attachment. If you love this person, you will allow them to find themselves. You do not wait for them to come back. They're not coming back. But you do not wait for them to come back. You do not need closure. Closure comes from you. You do not need validation. You already have validation. You don't need anything. I mean, you might need a cleanup crew, right? Like, but you don't need anything. Like, just love them unconditionally from afar. Just love them unconditionally. All right, that is all I have for you. So I hope that this was helpful. It's very clear energy. So I hope that I made that clear. And I trust that this message will find exactly who needs to hear it. You are unconditionally loved and supported by the universe. My unconditional love to you as well. And until next time, take care of yourself.